How's it going, everybody? This is Novakast back with another video, and with this one, we are continuing with talking about Resident Evil Infinite Darkness on Netflix. This is us talking about episode 2, which, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I kind of wish that these were a little bit longer, because we only get, snippets of, things that happen, and I'm starting to think that maybe this would have been better placed as a movie. It's just me. But anyways, so with this particular episode, we see some of our characters in Submarine, as well as kind of Claire Redfield in the background, kind of going through this investigation on what happened in Panistan. And inevitably, it just seems like there's something definitely going on. And we're shown snippets of Jason, who was the leader of the Mad Dogs, who is the hero of Panistan. Hopefully I said that name correctly, because again, it is a made-up country. And what possibly went down there, especially with apparently a possible zombie outbreak. Him, Leon, and a few of the other agents are on the submarine, and we actually have this really, for the good portion of the episode, we have this really cool segment where something starts killing the crew of the submarine. And first they don't figure out what it is, and we're kind of made to wonder what's going on, especially when we hear kind of scurrying or scratching, which is kind of eerie, and it got me thinking of this one movie, I think it was Deaf or Deep Blue or something, I can't remember, where you have this giant octopus tentacle creature that is using the pipes or using the interior of the ship to, grab its prey. And for some reason it got me thinking of that, but in the end we end up seeing what was causing all the noise. And sure enough, it's mutant rats, which you guys will probably see those a couple times in the trailer that pops up for the video. But yeah, mutant rats. And we have a moment where Leon is trying to fend for himself, and at this point he can't use a gun, and there's hundreds of them, so he can't kill them all at once, otherwise, or kill them one at a time, I should say, because again, small target, hundreds of them, more than likely he's gonna lose. So he actually comes up with some really cool ideas. For instance, there's a moment where he breaks open a pipe that releases water flow, and then electrocutes an axe or a hatchet or something that causes an electrical current to go through the water, killing off the mutant rats. Which, again, it's a really cool thing. There is a really interesting conversation with Jason and Leon, because they both kind of have a moment where they talk about their experiences, especially with dealing with the zombies. Jason kind of briefly discusses how he had to deal with his own version of hell compared to Leon, who, was a survivor of Raccoon City, and had to deal with it his own way. Which, in the end, it again, it's an interesting conversation, and they kind of bring up the whole, the fear of the unknown thing, though in a really weird way, kind of making it, kind of Jason kind of coming up with the argument that humans are unpredictable, humans are cruel, humans can basically, and I kind of understood what they were trying to go with, because in some sense, humanity itself, again, we can be unpredictable. 1 minute a person could be, be all kind and gentle, and then the next, any form of provocation, and we could just immediately just snap. Nowadays, especially when it comes to politics and stuff like that, we're at each other's throats, so it's understandable. But in the end, it was an interesting kind of argument that they try to place, where it seems again, bringing fear of the unknown into this, which was a line originally from H.P. Lovecraft, to kind of put it as if humans are the unknown factor when it comes to fear and terror. So again, it was really cool. So going back to the whole situation with the sub, I guess some certain protocols were activated. A self-destruct sequence is activated. We see, I think it was Magi. I think that was the character's name, the other one of the female agent that pops up in here for this episode. Magi, Jason, and Leon, which are the only three we see, they leave the sub, the escape, as it blows up. And during this whole thing, it seems like the U.S., or at least members of the U.S., want to start a war with China, because it keeps bringing up the fact that, China and the U.S. are kind of like at odds with each other. And it seems like once the sub goes down, they start mention the fact that apparently a sub or a Chinese fleet was pinged before the sub went down. So now they're kind of wondering, okay, is it China that's actually doing this? We don't know. But anyways, after Leon, Jason, and Magi are able to, get to wherever they need to go, they go to a safe location where they're able to collect their gear. And Jason kind of offloads something that Leon did not expect, or at least I think to some extent kind of expected. Jason wants to uncover or find proof of a possible conspiracy caused by the US government. He doesn't have the proof, but he figures that where they're at, or the location of that said proof, could very well be near the target location that they're supposed to be going to anyways. So at that point, it's them trying to figure out, okay, what's really going on. And something I kind of didn't expect, considering Leon, like any time there's like some kind of conspiracy, especially when it comes to bioweapons, you have actually, no, that I take that back, because especially with the games where uncovering the conspiracy, you'd think that at first I thought that Leon would go for this, but considering moments with like the games where he's to an extent has worked with the government, and I think if anything not wanting to piss them off at this point, he doesn't take their deal, or Jason and Magi's. So they end up trying to kill him. He takes a shot at, or Leon shoots Jason in the chest, leaving him dead in the apartment building that they were in. And Leon takes tries to chase down Mai. So, all in all, that was all of episode 2. There's not a lot to talk about, because it is about 20 minutes or so. So, all in all, though, it was interesting. I still like the animation. Though, again, I think I pointed this out in the last video. The voice actor for Leon sounds way, like, a little bit younger. Especially for somebody who's done this for maybe a few years now. So, him sounding younger, and actually kind of looking younger, now that I think about it, it's kind of unnerving to some degree. But anyway, with that, I don't think I have anything else I need to say, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one, take care, and peace.